Hey guys, what's going on? Jenko Sports here, bringing you the final episode of Season 1 in our Addicted to Addicks series. So if you've ever seen any of this series, this is basically a recap as to what's gone on over the past 50 episodes or so. It's been quite an emotional road, ups and downs. That man there has definitely been the best buy of the season. Bought him for 425k, he's now worth 4 million. Now, a big problem that I have encountered is that a lot of the transfers I've bought in have been loans. Well, 2 of them. But then on top of that, we've got the transfers that were already loans for the start of the season. So guys like Yoni Boyens and Frederick Bulow, all from Standard Liège, who are going to be trekking back to Belgium at the end of the season, which means we're going to have some huge holes to fill in, and we might have to rely on some old faces, which isn't good. Maybe even bring in a surprise from a club in Kuwait. If you're a Charlton fan, you'll know who that is. If you're not, then all will be revealed shortly. But what we're going to do this episode is just review most of the players, see what attributes have risen and fallen, who's been good business, bad business, and the future going in. Obviously, Chris Solly there, wanted by a club, I noticed down below. Wigan are interested. Now, Wigan have just been promoted to the Premier League, so I think we may actually struggle to hold on to what the man has been called as the heart of Charlton's defence. I really don't want to see him go, but if he's going to go to Wigan, they better pay a lot of money for him, and hopefully with that, we can get out of debt for starters and start trying to bring in a good replacement left-back. I'm thinking maybe Victor Alvarez, do a bit of a crossover with the Bromby series, but all will be revealed shortly as to what we decide to do. Bulow's going back, Boyens going back, 2 very good players indeed. Now that man, Jordan Cousins, had a great season. Didn't really impress in the first half, to be honest with you, but as soon as there were some squad depth problems, he stepped right in and got some good ratings. And you talk about good ratings, there's none better than Joe Gomez. After 32 league games, an average of 7.03. That's what you expect from a 26, 27-year-old centre-back. The man is just 17 years old, averaged at 3 million. His stats are shooting up faster than a heroin addict, and it is just brilliant to see. Callum Harriott, again, very much like Jordan Cousins, when there were depth problems, stepped straight in. No, we're not going to talk about him. 36 games, he's already conceded pretty much 2 a game. That's so bad. Johnny Jackson, 32, still getting 6.9 average rating after 34 games. He's probably going to stay at the club for a couple of seasons. I don't want to let him go. The man's such a good captain and always puts in a solid performance as well. But as we said, the 3 main good players that we've brought in, or at least perform well, Joe Gomez and Jordan Cousins. Gomez impressing week in, week out. Had a couple of scares with red cards and such, but no real tragedies. Just solid from start to finish, and even so to the point where he would actually take the place of Michael Morrison, which I didn't think would happen. I was just hoping to maybe start him in cup games, maybe a couple after that as well. But instead, he's just been this absolute rock of a player that's taken on the centre-back role and made it his own. And Jordan Cousins steps in, as we say, with that rotation flow. Every other game comes in, solid ratings. Callum Harriott and Jean Roman, we found out at the end of the year, the last 10 games or so, those 2 players on the wings are dynamite. Harriott is quicker than a lightning bolt. Roman has got the physical prowess of Lionel Messi mixed with Akinfenwa. He's just a meathead. So you combine that together and it finally works. We're not going to miss Bulow that much. Yeah, okay, he's a great player. But when he goes, we've got Harriott on the left, Roman on the right, 2 very, very solid players that we want to be starting next season. We've got a solid foundation now. We've got a mid-table finish or just under it. And our board expectation was for us to fight bravely against relegation. We've done that. We had a fantastic start. It sort of slumped a lot. Everyone was overdosing on kebabs. It was literally 1 a day, Cubes diabetes inbound. And it kind of happened, didn't it? We lost about 10 or 12 in a row. The schedule went to shit. We could not get a win to save our lives. We literally replicated Bob Peters. Somehow didn't get fired and come out the other side. But now looking into next season, we've got some great centre mids. Our defence is looking absolutely rock solid, providing we can keep Chris Solly. If we keep Chris Solly, we're going to have Solly, Joe Gomez, Tal Ben-Aim, and maybe a different left back. It all depends though. It's still all up in the air. You can see I don't want to let Solly go. So this was the interview I was really dreading, to be honest. He wants to go to Wigan and play in the Prem, which is fair enough. But then again, he's got an ice gem haircut. He's only 5'3". He's better than John Terry. He's going to stay at Charlton. So he managed to keep Chris Solly for 1 more year. Now, only need for a little Holby City. It's only 3 weeks he's out. And to be fair, Joe Gomez getting called up for England under 21s. That man's going places, what we like to see. Jordan Cousins back in full training as well. I think we've got a really good side. You saw earlier on that we've got an average age of 24 years old, which is brilliant for us. We're getting rid of the old Deadwood. We're very much building a youth squad, which is kind of what Charlton's renowned for when you look at the players they've brought through. Solly being one of them, Scott Parker, John Joe Shelby, Carl Jenkinson, some great players going through. And this was the player I was talking about bringing back. Now, he's gone off to a club in Kuwait, and we're thinking, look at that, he's got 14 goals in 31 games. We had some striker depth problems. Zika Hernandez was about as useful as a floppy cock on a night out, and now with a chance to bring him back into the squad, his stats are more refined as well, his wages aren't too bad, and the only Charlton player to ever score in a World Cup, Rizkashiniad, may well be making his way back to Charlton in the new year, especially if we lose that man, because QPR are interested in. Queen Park Raisins are interested in Vetakele. I don't want to let him go. The question is, will we? Are we going to bring in Rizkashiniad for Vetakele? Are we going to keep both of them? Is Tikadier going to stay? What does the future hold for Charlton? Find out in Season 2 of Addicted to Addicks from myself, Jenko Sports. Thank you so much for tuning into Season 1. It's been a real pleasure to bring you all of this content. I hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as I have playing it. And I hope to see you very soon for Season 2 of Addicted to Addicts, where we try and push for promotion. If you're new to the Kebab Nation, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. I'll see you soon.